Hello everybody, Steven here with Cardboard Coalition, and today we figured we'd bring you a review of Azul, and this is from Next Move Games. I thought Plan B had something to do with it, but I noticed all over my box it says Next Move. All right, this is a 2 to 4 player game, and I would say it takes maybe 45 minutes. I was trying to look around on the box for it, but let's go ahead and jump into the review. I brought this game up to Damon, which you guys might have met if you've watched earlier. He's only been in one. We're trying to get him in more videos, early video. But it was between some games to sit down and play on a recent game night. And Azul, I showed him the back of Azul and I showed him the back of King Domino. And I was like, oh, which one do you want to do? You know, it was one of our last games before I took off. And he looks at the back of the Azul and he goes, that looks complicated. Let's go with something simple to end the night out. So we went with another game. But Azul does look sort of complicated. When you look at this board and you look at all these numbers, but it's really not. And if you want to know how to play, you can check out our how to play that we did on Azul. Now, also, I would love to add Rev on here, but there's some stuff going on, nothing bad, don't worry guys, that she has to deal with right now, and so we haven't been able to get her in on video, especially these last two reviews, which she's the main person who's played the game with me. But like I said, we'll get her in here, and hopefully soon we'll actually have her physically here to review games. But back to the review. So Azul looks complicated. It's really not. There's some basic rules. Once you understand those, you're ready to go. But let's keep me on track. So I have my, and it's flipping around. I have my notes here so I can glance down and try to stay on track. So let's review this. Theme. This is an abstract game. There is a theme. It's based on, is it Azulios? So how the story goes, or what the setup for the theme for this is that there's a Portuguese king, you're an architect or a designer, however you want to look at it, and the king visited southern Spain and he saw these beautiful tile walls, and that's where the Azulios, I don't know exactly how to say it, it looks like it's Spanish, but these walls were designed by Moors, right? So what Azul is, the theme of Azul is you're trying to make a beautiful wall of tiles, right? Based on Moorish designs that were seen in southern Spain. So that's the theme. Theme-wise, I don't know. It's not necessarily something that I'm quickly drawn to, but I've been told this game was really good, and I kind of looked around, and then finally I picked it up, and we'll explain why a little bit later in the review. But the theme is that you're trying to build a wall. This would be your wall right here. You're trying to build a wall of tiles. And when you build the wall, you get points. And the person who gets the most points at the end has built the most beautiful wall and therefore gets the most points and wins the game. All right, so mechanics. This is a tile drafting, tile laying game. Like I said, you could watch the how to play, but you're basically picking tiles from one of these factory tiles in the middle, and you're placing them on a board on your tile pile to set up to put it on the wall. And there's rules involved in all that. But I would say tile drafting is one of the mechanics because you're picking from the sets of tiles. You only get one color. This one's missing two. I thought I set this up completely. There we go. But you only get to draft one of the tiles when you do it and place it, right? So there's a placement involved in where you place it on the tile stacks, I believe it's called, the tile lines, where you place it in the tile lines. And then when you place it on the board in the basic form of the game, it tells you where to place it, so there's not as much placement there. But in other iterations of the game, there are, and I'll talk about that in a bit, there are different placements that you can do. So I would say the mechanics is tile drafting and tile placement. And one of the reasons I got this game is Rev likes tile drafting and tile placement. She tends to really enjoy games that have that in it. And so it's one of the reasons I got this game. So the mechanics, I would say, are tile drafting, right? Picking your tile, and then tile placement. All right. Staying on track. Ease of teaching, ease of playing. I would say it's fairly easy to teach. It's fairly easy to understand the basic concepts to play, and then strategy gets involved, and that's what complicates everything, and that's what makes games fun, right? Is that strategy that's involved. So the ease of teaching, you're literally letting people know, hey, you choose a color tile, put the rest in the middle, and you place those color tiles somewhere in the color stack, and there's some rules involved in that. Such as if there's a tile already in one of the tile lines, you can't put a different color tile there. If there's a tile on the wall, you can't put that color tile in the tile line. It is actually quite simple, right? The scoring is pretty simple. And then also there's some in scoring, but that's also really simple too. So I would say the ease of teaching, ease of play, or ease of play, ease of teaching, however you want to look at it. One's alphabetical order, one is order of action, sequential order, I guess. They're both fairly easy. Though, like I said, it looks complicated. It's not. Once you sit down, it's easy to pick up how to play. I think I pretty much understood it pretty quick. I mean, the rule book, where is it? I threw it down here on the ground. The rule book is a total of 6 pages in all to understand what's going on. And it's not, you read rule books, it's not dense writing and stuff. I feel like when I'm talking to my composition students, don't worry, or my literature students, don't worry, there's not a lot, there's pictures involved too. It's not really dense pages of reading, so it's really easy to learn the rules and to teach the rules, and it's really easy to play the game. Like I said, the depth comes in. I'm not saying there's no depth. The depth comes in when you decide what tiles you want to draft, where you want to place them on here, and depending on what version of the board you're using, where you want to place them on your wall. All right. So now we can get into the board thing and replayability. So replayability, there is a lot of replayability, a decent amount of replayability, because you draw tiles from the bag and there's multiple rounds, you blind draw them and you put them on the board, which puts different tiles on the board, changing what decisions you can make with tile selection, tile placement, and things like that. But on top of that, you also have, oops, this had both the things on there, a back side of the board, which is completely free. This one shows you where those tiles have to go in each line. The back is completely free, and there's some rules involved in only one tile color per horizontal line, right? And the same thing, if you connect 5 horizontal lines, it starts the in-game mechanic, those kind of things. But you do have some variety there, which gives more replayability. Now, this isn't on the base game for replayability, but overall, for $20 more MSRP, and I got it down here if I can grab it. I picked this up for Rezvon for her birthday because she tended to like Azul so much. These are just a couple different boards, and the other thing that's kind of cool is it's just a how to put, we can set it down right here. How to put it, a tool to use, I guess, while playing Azul. And it's a piece that goes on top and it fits on top of all the boards. And it's got divots in it, so the tiles stay in place. You don't have to worry about going to grab something and hitting all your tiles. The tiles will stay in place. And then it's a little plastic piece that sits over the board. But there you can get more replayability that's outside of the base game, and that's $20 is MSRP, so you could always find it for cheaper. Now the production value, the cardboard is nice and thick. Let's see if you guys can see. It's a nice thick cardboard for the player boards. The factory tiles where you put tiles down is nice, sturdy. You get these little plastic cubes. It's made out of the same kind of plastic as the tiles. This is a first player token, which causes you to lose some points. But let's get some tiles together so we can make some noise. Right? They're nice little tiles. These ones, the colored ones, are, well, they all have colored on there, but the multicolored ones, it's a screen print. It would arguably be nicer if it was indented, but then it would probably cost more to make these. And we'll see how beat up these get over time. Damon, one of the people who have done videos, I feel like I have to keep, he has to do more videos. Trust me, I'm trying to get him to do videos for us. He has a game, I think it's Heroescape, and it has dice, and the dice have screen printed pictures on it, and a lot of those dice are rubbing off. Like there's a little chip of red or a little chip of blue still on it, and you're like, oh, that's a hit or that's a defend. So I don't know how well the screen print will stay on there for how long, and it depends on how much you play. But overall, the production quality is really nice. And the other thing, and if you guys watch my videos, you know this, I like this stuff, is there's a box insert, and it fits all the pieces in their nice little spots. Now, some people might not like this, and I get those big people who have those huge collections and thousands of games. This expansion does not fit inside the box. Now, if I would take the insert out, this expansion would fit inside the box, and everything would be loose in the box. I like that they have those inserts, and I like that they take the time to put those in there, right? I like it, so that adds, to me, adds a bonus to the production value. And then the, and I told you I'm still trying to think about this value versus cost. It all depends, right? How much you like the game and stuff like that, and I get that. But I think for at let's rewind. MSRP for the game is $29.99. Is it? No, it's $39.99. Sorry, I lied. It's $39.99. So it's $40 for the game. But this game's been out for a long time. You can get it on the secondhand market if you really wanted to. You can get it some discount. I got this one. I want to say it was like $13, $14. There was a sale going on. This is one that's we're still trying to get through all the Black Friday stuff. I'd picked up a handful of games. But it's been out for a while, so you can get it. But even at $40 for a 4-player game, it is a fun game, right? If I wasn't such a cheap person like I am, it's worth the $40. It really is. I'm just cheap. I admit this. Or as my mom likes to say, I'm a frugal person. Oops, front row gets wet. I'm just cheap. But even at the full price, it's worth it. For what you get, for the production value, for the replayability, for the mechanics, this is a very fun, enjoyable game that I can't think of the ages on. Oh, hey, I found a little site, 8+. So let's say you could be fairly young. There is the little thing. I like to show you guys this. So if you're new, kind of new to gaming and stuff, usually the box tells you the age, the amount of players, and the time it takes. And as a debate I have with one of my friends that plays games with me a lot, the time doesn't always match up, but meh. So the, oh, I got lost on that. Oh, for the cost, the MSRP, I think it's worth it. It's a fun game to play. Granted, you only play 4 players, but you're not always having those big game parties. Maybe there's just 4 people there, 2 couples getting together, 4 individuals, 1 couple and 2 individuals, what have you. It's a fun game to get out and play. So overall, I enjoy the game. Would I play it again? Definitely yes. Would Rezvon play it again? Yes, because I said you want to play it, and she gets happy and says let's play. But Rezvon also loves playing games, just like I do. Would I ask to play it again? Yes. I actually, like I said, I like it so much that I was willing to buy the expansion. Granted, it is for Rezvon for her birthday, but I liked it enough that I was like, oh, it'd be fun to have some more boards to be able to play in different ways. And the little guards or whatever thing that you put on top is a nice little extra. But I knew in my head I would ask people to play it enough. And like I said, I did bring it up as an option to play, but I had a handful of games, maybe not brand new games, but new games to me that I had brought over there. So I was kind of open to whatever game to play. And this was one I didn't mind, though I've played it with Rezvon, playing it again with a larger, it was just going to be 3 people instead of 2, so I could get a feel what that was like. But would I play the game again? Definitely. Would I ask to play the game again? Of course. I think overall, this is a good game. There's a reason why this game isn't a lot of the big box stores. A lot of people pick it up. There's a reason for all that. And I would say if you like the idea of tile laying and tile drafting, picking tiles, this is a Definitely a game you'd probably enjoy. There is some take that in the sense that you know someone needs maybe some tiles, so you're like, do I want to pick these? Then I'm putting these in the middle, and you already have, let's say, those in the middle, and you're getting a whole line. There's a little bit of that, but it's not really bad, so you don't have to worry about a lot of take that. And I found it's just fun and enjoyable to sit down and play through. So that is our review. I know I say our like we're all here. It's not. I'm not talking about me in third person. I'm talking about Cardboard Coalition as a whole and Resvon, who's not here. Like I keep looking over my shoulder. This is our review of Azul, right, by Next Move Games. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm Steven with Cardboard Coalition. I'll see you later, everybody. Bye.